back. Yeah. How you doing, Andrew?
I'm doing good. How are you, Johnny?
Oh, I'm good. I'm really good.
On my own here. Me and the
Oh,
kid.
that's right. Where is Heidi?
Heidi's in Palm Springs.
Oh, so you're babysitting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm babysitting. Really pitching in around here.
Yeah, you're babysitting your kid.
I'm going the extra mile by raising my own daughter.
Oh, man.
No, it's
Hope
going.
she brings a thank you gift back when she gets
know.
back.
You know what? I will say she's in like a good groove right now. She's just like being she's listening, the potty train's over. She's like sleeping in her own bed, like knock on wood, but this is not the hardest time to be on your own with her, I will say.
To be fathering.
To be fathering. Yeah. There have been times where it's tough, but no, one kid, 3 years old, daycare. I mean, like daycare is almost cheating. You get like
that's
6
the bulk
hours
of the
in the
day,
middle
man.
of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like when you pay for daycare and you're a comedian, like technically I don't have to have like I wouldn't get fired from being a comedian without daycare, right? But then you do want to treat it like a job and go, no, I need to have like office hours. So it really like you kind of question everything you do while she's at daycare. You're like, is this productive? Is this worth it? Is washing
it just makes you feel guilty.
Yeah, the whole time you're feeling guilty.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, but you got 3 kids. Who am I talking to? So I can't ever say anything to you about kids.
Hey, no judgment. No judgment. I would never judge.
You never judge?
Well,
come on.
That's your face. No. Yes. I would just, after we're done recording, I would just say to Aaron, oh my God, guess what Andrew does?
We should both have separate, more popular podcasts where we go on immediately after this podcast and just go, what the fuck? Can you believe Johnny? And then we just air out our grievances secretly.
He brought up the same topic for discussion 3 times.
I think he's like going senile.
Yeah, I think he's getting really old.
He eats so much Taco Bell.
How's
your what's the countdown on the urethra?
Sorry. May 23rd. May 23rd.
Oh God, that's so like far away. That's like the worst.
I know.
Sorry to pile on here.
It's absolutely terrible.
That is the worst amount of time because it's not like so far away that you're like, oh, I don't even have to think about that. That's like forever from now. Like it's like pretty close, but it's also like not gonna be here anytime. It's like you get it over with. It's also
like 6-7 weeks away.
Yeah, it just kind of ruins your spring.
It really does. For those that missed a previous episode, what
Johnny's getting his penis cut off.
Yeah, how long till your urethra?
Yeah.
Cystoscopy. Google image cystoscopy, folks. Can I tell you something?
You don't have to Google image it. You could just read about it.
I know. I just want people to throw up and grab their crotch in pain. I did. I saw an image, and I don't want to do that. I had something come up on Jesus, on Instagram. I'm just scrolling.
because they know that this is happening.
It shows someone's like hand, and then it shows their wiener head sticking out of their fist, and then but it doesn't. It's like being swabbed with a Q-tip, and then it like when it shows the hole, there's like a emoji of a cat face or some stupid thing to block it out so they could show it. And I was just like, that can't be, this is fake, right? And then when they showed that like censored thing, I was like, oh fuck.
What was the ad for?
It's not an ad. It was just someone showing, hey, this is I think it was like an STD test or some shit where it's like they're getting ready to shove it.
I thought you're getting I thought because you've been Googling cystoscopy, you were getting hit with like targeted ads about Get your and it's like Dr. Squatch, but for
Yeah,
urologists, you know?
but for dick cameras.
Yeah.
This was going to be my topic, but I figured we talked about it so much the last couple episodes. But like you said, oh, just have them knock you out. And I asked them, like, they respond with, oh, it's not that bad, it's fine. Nobody, everybody does it and it's fine. Like, well, I don't care,
Right.
if everyone jumped off a bridge, I'm
Yeah.
not jumping off a
Maybe I'm a
bridge.
little
I want
more
my
sensitive.
yeah, and I want to, but here's my logic, because, and I don't know if I said this, but like, I would honestly rather have a colonoscopy and be awake. If I had to pick one to be awake for, it would be the colonoscopy,
Yeah.
because people fuck each other up the ass. Nobody
Yes.
fucks each other up the pee hole, right?
No. No. No.
Ugh.
I don't think that's even a category of like kink. You know what I mean? I don't think there's anyone who's ever gotten
I
so bored with sex that they're like, all right, let me just try the pee hole once.
No, I told you about the sounding board though, right? That's where they put like a rod in their penis.
Okay, well, of course somebody's done it. But yeah, no. Yeah, you're
You're like
100% right.
you're like nobody does that. Well, of course somebody's
Well,
done
of
that.
course. I mean, like I was being an idiot for a second to suggest that somebody hadn't thought of doing something in one of their holes. But
Right.
uh yeah, yeah. No, a colonoscopy is not even like that scary to me.
Well, I'm
Really.
glad. I'm glad that they, give you the wisdom teeth treatment on your colonoscopy, because I don't want to be awake for it. But if I had
No.
to pick,
So wait, they do knock you out for a colonoscopy? No, I'm not 40 yet. I haven't had
I
one.
think they do it. Yeah, they do it. Whatever they do in your wisdom teeth, like you're kind of there, but then after the procedure's over, you have no idea what happened and you don't remember it. But it's
They
not
just
like you're
so they
asleep.
just
I think
roofie you before they stick
they
something up
roofie
your
you.
ass.
Yeah, they medically roofie you.
You just like give consent easier. Uh
Yeah,
the why yeah, you make a great point. Like first of all, everything's so expensive in medicine. If I want to be knocked out for anything, that should be like you've
yeah,
been doing that since the 1900s. Chloroform. I'm reading this book right now.
yeah.
This like murderer guy. He had the chloroform easy. Just put it in a rag, put it on my face,
Yeah,
go
I'll
to
take a
town.
deep old sniff. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this book you're reading, by the way?
Oh, it's about this. My mom gave it to me. It's like
How to
it's about
chloroform
the
people?
World's Fair in Chicago and
Ooh,
like around the turn of the century or whatever. And the there's these architects. It's like the famous architects trying to build these buildings really quickly, and then that's like half of it. But there's also the famous serial killer who was there at the same time, and then it's how these two like big things kind of merge happening
huh.
at the same time.
What's it called?
Uh, and I can't think
Oh
of
my.
it right now. I'm like halfway through it and I
This
can't
has
find
been
the title.
Karen's Corner with
The book
Karen's
club.
recommendation.
Andrews, I'm reading it like pretty slow. I just read it on the cruise ship, so it's like, you know, I go in spurts, but I'm about halfway through it.
Yeah,
And but then there's okay, so this is like serial killer on in the book. He's like half the story. And he's
yeah,
like just like the most obvious, but back then you didn't have to be slick about it. You know, now to kill somebody,
right.
I mean, most murderers actually do get away with it. I think that's like something we don't talk about enough. But uh you still like
Yeah,
DNA, all this stuff. They can catch you. You can't kill that many people or they're going to catch you
yeah.
eventually. You can kill one person, get away with it. The cops are never good. They don't even like answer the phone. But like if you
But
start
don't
killing
you?
like 6 or 7 people, you're in trouble. So
Yeah,
uh this guy though, I mean, he basically like built himself a murder factory. Like he just built like an incinerator in his home and he had like just streams of women disappearing, but nobody questioned, it's like you realize like how bad
Oh
the
god.
detectives were back then. But he was a big chloroform guy. I mean, just constantly getting chloroform from just like loaded up with chloroform. And I'm like, even back then they had to just give me a little of this chloroform.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They didn't notice that he just had a recycling bin full of empty
no,
chloroform
that's what I
bottles
mean. Like
every week.
literally, he would have to go to these chemical stores or pharmacies or whatever and be like, "I'll take all the chloroform you have," and nobody's like, what? Why?" They're just like, "Sure, sir, okay."
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. You know, it was a
Oh,
different
have a
time.
good day, sir.
Uh,
Yeah, it was a better time.
yeah, it's a better time when you could buy chloroform without answering 20 questions.
How many books do you think you've read where in the middle of reading them you can't say the name of the book?
Oh, I mean, they're usually ones like this where it's like more of a history, or a biography. Like if it's
Okay.
a novel, I think I could name the book. But definitely I'm concurrently reading a biography. I'm going even slower on that about Eisenhower, and I couldn't tell you what that's
Okay.
called either. I mean, I'm sure it's called like either Eisenhower or Ike or maybe it's called something else. I don't know, but I just know it's a biography about Eisenhower.
I could probably name all 12 books I've ever read in my life right now.
Yeah, he just, the Harry Potters. Harry Potter 1, Harry
All
Potter
right,
2.
there's 8 of them.
Yeah.
I don't know the names. I just know one,
1,
two,
2.
three. Yeah. Good night, Moon.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Remember when you said this is something, how you hear something and it sticks in your head and it doesn't seem that profound at the time, but then it just rattles around in your brain constantly?
Sure.
You said Aaron told you guys should be reading more in front of your kids to set a good example. Do you remember telling
Yes.
me that?
Yes. No, but that's accurate.
Now,
It was probably, was that a few weeks ago?
that was like a year ago, probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Have you been doing
I
that?
have since, yeah, I did. I finally finished that Stephen King book I told you I was reading when we started this whole podcast. Uh, called Fairy Tale. I finished that. And then now I'm kind of double reading this book on meditation and the Arnold Schwarzenegger seven, you know. Yeah, I shouldn't make fun of you. I can't even tell you the name.
Yeah,
It's like
see?
7 ways to be a good person or some shit. I don't know.
It's not easy. The meditation book and 7 ways to be a good person or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Good.
Uh,
Well, it's
I
yeah,
think about
it's
that
nonfiction.
all the time. Like every time Ginger, and she's like 3, so she's very blunt, but she'll just be like,
Yep.
she calls everything you do on your phone, she calls texting. She's like, "Stop texting." It's like, "I'm not texting. I'm scrolling Twitter." Okay.
That is the worst when your
It's
child tells you
so
to get off the phone. You
it's
can't,
so
there's no
humiliating.
justifying it. You can't be like, no,
No.
it was a work email. Like,
No. No, it's so
there's nothing.
humiliating. It's so bad. And you want to die. You just want to throw your phone in the incinerator. And they're right.
Yeah.
But it's also like
Yeah.
easy for them because if you didn't have a phone, like have you ever been like at dinner and your phone was dead or charging?
Yeah.
You just instantly anyone gets on their phone, you're like infuriated. You're like, this sucks. I'm just
Yeah.
sitting here with this person who's ignoring me. Like this is awful, you
Yeah.
know?
They're being totally rude. I
I
wish I
know.
had my phone
I wish I had my phone.
so I could take a picture of them being rude.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway, I forget why I brought
Are
that
you
up.
good about that? Like, does it make you not be on your phone?
Yeah. Yeah. But then when it is something, sometimes you are doing work because you do a lot of work on your phone, especially with
Yeah.
like comedy.
But that's what I mean. Like to your child, it doesn't matter.
She doesn't care. That's the thing. So I'm better about
Yeah.
like explaining like, hey, I have to send this email or I have to send this text. It doesn't mean I'm not ignoring you. We can play in a little bit, but daddy
Yeah.
has to send. So I'm better about like explaining it before and after and not just like, I don't just continue to ignore her. Like, and start filming her like for a TikTok. Like, hey, check out this kid. She's like so mad. I'm on my phone all the time.
Uh,
I don't know, but
yeah.
I'm very scared. Do any of your kids have phones? I feel like I've asked you this before.
No, they have the Gizmo watch, which is perfect
That's
because
right. You
it's
told me about that. I gotta get
they can
that.
call their friends that they have, that they have as set up as contacts. We can call them. They can even FaceTime from their watch with us, but there's no scrolling or
Yeah, social
internet
media.
searching. Yeah, no social media. That's man, we're gonna fight that as hard as we can for
Good.
as long as we can
Keep
because
them off
that's
social
just
media. Like it's like not even. I realize it's like not even the phone or Google as much. It's like social media. Like that's the
right.
death. That's the death now.
Yep.
Like I just like that's gonna be my rule. Like you can't be on social media.
That's the
There's like in
self-esteem killer.
Florida I saw, and then there's some other school districts I think are trying to ban phones from schools. So I've been reading about it and stuff, and they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, like even the teachers union are behind it because it's like it's just very distracting and it's hard to like
Yeah.
police it. So they're like it would just be easier if it was just like against the law to have phones in schools, and you just have to check it into a box or something when you get to school or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Or even keep it in your locker or something.
yeah, just can't go in the classroom.
Yeah.
And then like as I was reading it, I was like, I think I thought that that was already the case. I just assumed there's no way you're
Because it
allowed
makes
to
that much
just
yeah, it makes sense.
right. I was like, there's no way they just let kids be on their phones in the classroom. So I couldn't even believe that. I was like, oh, that's not already the rule?
Yeah. I should talk to Aaron about that and have more knowledge next time when we
Yeah.
talk because like I mean, my understanding is it's like, yeah, that teachers try that and the admin try it, but it's such a the parents
The parents fight
just
it because
make
they're
such
like,
a stink
I
about like,
want to
oh,
be able
it's a
to.
safety issue.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah.
It's so
To be
stupid
able to
because
get a
it's
hold of
like,
my kid. It's like, well, they're
if
not
I,
using it for that.
and like if you're a parent of a kid, you by definition went to school without a phone. So it's like, how can
Right.
it be a safety issue? You're here,
Yeah.
I guess, with the school shootings and
Yeah.
stuff. But then it's like, what are you gonna do for them? Let's say there was a school shooting at your kid's school, and your kid calls you. Like, what are you gonna? Are you Rambo? You're gonna come down there like Liam Neeson and take the guy out? You're not gonna do shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't.
I
I say
say
get
get
rid
rid
of
of
the
them.
phones in schools. That's what I say.
Yeah. Have you ever tried to be like, you know what? I'm gonna delete the app off my phone.
Well, but
I'm
what's
gonna
the app?
not use my yeah, I don't know, any of them.
Like
Facebook,
Instagram?
Instagram, Twitter. Yeah,
Yeah.
social media. Just like take it
Okay.
off your
Well,
phone.
so Meta has this thing where you can like pre-upload, social media posts. So like if you were worried about your career or something,
Oh, you mean like
technically,
scheduled posts?
yeah, I could schedule everything and
Yeah,
never
okay.
have to go on there. And that
Yeah,
is like if I was organized enough to do that and could do it all, like plan it all out for like a month,
yeah.
it is very tempting to just be like, never go on Instagram or Facebook again.
Yeah.
But the one that I'm more of a consumer on and it's so sad because it's like it's shitty now and like Elon Musk has ruined it, but Twitter still is like
X.
that X. That's like my crack. That's the one that I really like
Oh
because it's
my
all
God.
sports and politics. So it's like
That's so
that's still where I
funny.
go for like, news just when I'm trying to fill my junkie side. I don't
Has it?
care as
I
much
mean,
about
do
the
you
other
think it
ones.
is different than it was?
Oh, it's so different. It's crazy. You know, the biggest difference is like, so like it used to be if let's say someone's like this article and the let's make it a sports thing. Let's say Adam Schefter tweets out Aaron Rodgers is gonna return this week
Okay.
from his injury and he's
Yeah.
gonna start. It used to be like the comments underneath. It was like interesting because like now anyone can interact with Adam Schefter, and the ones you're reading first are the ones that have been like on Reddit or something. They would say upvoted, but just favorited the most, you know.
Oh, okay. Those are the ones
So
that
there was like
appear
a
the most.
democratic, so like the smartest comments or the funniest comments, it's really like the funniest ones
But
usually
oh, okay. Yeah.
would
Sure.
be way at the top. But now because he's done this thing where it's like you pay to have a check mark,
Yeah.
those are that's what you get as part of the package of paying for Twitter. You get to be at
Is
the
your comments go up to the top?
yeah. So it's like
Oh.
just 50,000 morons with stupid racist, usually racist uh dumb
Ah.
shit things you've heard a million times. And to get to anything of like actual interest or value, you would have to scroll forever to get to the bottom. So it's just not even worth it. So there's no real
Oh man.
interaction. There's no like back and forth that's interesting anymore.
Yeah.
And then and also he politicized the whole thing. So the only people paying for it are like, you know, agree with Elon's politics. So it's
Hmm.
very like redundant. There's no interesting conversation. It's just like very one-sided, you know.
Yeah.
So then that forced, I think, a lot of the smarter people to leave. So now it is sort of like this kind of wasteland, but I still like it's still fascinating to me. And there's still like a lot of news that breaks on there, so I like it.
That's so funny because that app, like that's the one app that I could go weeks without check. I
Yeah,
forget it
Heidi's the
about it.
same way. She's like, "What do you care? Why are you on there?" I was like, "I just like to know." Or like when I'm watching a game, it's like I just want to know what, people are saying about, you know what I mean? It like
But are they
works for
doing
me.
that on Facebook and Instagram
No,
too?
no. That's like so delayed.
No.
By the time it shows up there, it's like, because I think they had to
What
do like a
about
picture with it or something. Like Twitter's just like
yeah?
first thing you think, like bang.
What about is doesn't Instagram have like a mentions or some like Twitter
Yeah,
copied version
threads,
of it?
threads.
Threads. Yeah.
Yeah. That's I
God,
mean, it's
how
fine.
much
There's
of an
just
old
not
man
enough
do I
people
sound
on
like?
there,
Yeah.
you know? It's just like Twitter's still like
Yeah.
the first place I feel like stuff happens. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But you know what I'm more into now is Reddit. I'm like a Reddit guy now. You ever go on Reddit?
No.
Reddit's great. First of all, it's great for Zelda because they're just building
Yeah.
crazy ass shit on there all the time and it blows my mind. And then like anytime you have any question about anything, it's like very quickly solved on
You
there.
just go on Reddit. Like, is it, it's not like a thing you can scroll. Like, don't you have to do a search for to get started and like, oh,
Well,
I
like
want
it
to look
has
up
like
a topic about it.
Zelda has in the Tears of the Kingdom has its own subreddit. So you can scroll that.
Right.
And then there's this one
Okay.
called Engineers of Hyrule, and that's just for their like craziest shit they build. So like their big
Like, what's
tanks.
one of the coolest things you've seen them build on
Oh,
Tears of
these
the Kingdom?
they build these like uh mech warrior things. Like they're like fucking like what was that movie where they built the machines to fight the kaijus? Or you
Kaijus.
ever see that movie Pacific Rim? You ever see Pacific Rim?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
they
yeah,
built those guys to like fight, like physically punch the Godzilla things.
yeah.
Yeah, they build like stuff like
That's
that.
that's the dumbest plot for a movie I've ever seen or heard in my
Have you
life.
ever seen Pacific Rim?
Yeah. That's like
Yeah,
my go-to movie when I want to make fun of Jason Russell for liking dumb shit movies. I always
yeah.
bring up that one because he loved it.
He loved Pacific. What a weird movie to love. I just
I
remember it was
know.
like wild. I was like, that was crazy. But uh, wait, did you see Dune 2?
No.
I went and saw that. God, that was
How was
great.
that?
Oh, it's so good.
Good?
But you didn't see, did you see the first
Yeah,
one?
we talked about Dune one. Yeah, I haven't seen the first one. Me and Aaron, we
Oh,
got,
yeah.
I don't think we made it 15 minutes. And we are like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I told you I would read the book to Heidi and she'd get all
Yeah.
pissed off. Okay.
I did last week was the first Wednesday night. That's the thing, like uh, I don't have to like all these movies are so all these like great movies are just 3.5 movies hours now, you know.
Yeah.
Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon,
Yeah.
fucking Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Too hard. But last week I'm judging that funniest comic in Madison competition that takes over the Wednesday night for all of April. And last week was the first. Tomorrow night's the next. They have two preliminary rounds where there was 46 comics, and that's just one of the rounds. And then this Wednesday's another like 45. That's 90 comics, and they're each doing 3 minutes.
Are they
It
coming from like
started
out
at
of town?
9.
Are those all
Oh,
Madison
yeah, from
comics?
Milwaukee, Madison, Chicago, Appleton.
Okay.
Because I mean, it's one of the best clubs ever, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I mean, it's a great place to get seen, and
They're like, we
you're
want to know
competing
what
against. I mean, everyone was great.
they're
I
like.
mean, not everyone was great, but like there was no real duds.
They're like, we gotta know. I was like, I've been doing this for a while. I gotta know if Johnny Beaner thinks I'm good.
I think it's 40% audience, 60% judges, but there's 5 judges, so
Are you
I
all?
can't
Wait,
be.
I forget. Is it you and who are the other judges? Comics?
Uh, Comics, like comedy club staff. Yeah, there was another comic was one. Their comedy industry,
Okay,
I think they've had radio, I don't know. They've had
radio people.
radio people. I don't know. But it went long, and tomorrow's gonna go very long.
Yeah,
Uh,
that sucks to have that many on one night. There's got to be a way.
I know.
And like,
I just it's late, but I mean the show's fun. Like it's fun being there.
but
It's
it
just like
sucks for
when
the
I get out
person
at
going like 42nd.
yeah.
There's just no
But that's the
way.
what's weird is like at this club, like they do it in such a way where like you don't ever feel, I mean, unless you get like, 4 or 5 low energy comics in a row, but it's not like, oh boy, everyone's gone. There's no one left. Like the audience is
Right.
there the whole time.
Yeah, that's
So it's
crazy.
crazy. I mean, there are people that just wake up the crowd and kill at, all different spots. It's weird. Yeah.
God, so glad I'm not
But
doing
then
stuff
next
like
week
that.
they're having me do and they have a warm-up comic. So I'm gonna be the warm-up guy that does like, 15, 20 minutes. But that's not when there's 45 comics. That's when they have it narrowed down. So that'll
Yeah, and
be
that's where they probably
a little
want that
easier.
because then if you're going first, you
Yeah.
want to follow some Beaner heat,
Some Beaner heat, ride the wave, kid.
right? The way.
That's what I'm gonna do when I pass the mic. I'm gonna be like, follow that
Yeah,
motherfucker.
I was just gonna say this is
Follow
my
that
town.
motherfucker. By the way, I'm a judge, so don't say any shit about me.
uh, well, that's great that you're doing that. I guess
Yeah.
I'm just glad to be out of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
competition game.
I know. When's the last time you did a competition?
Yeah,
Ages?
probably Montana. So
Oh, the Big Sky?
yeah, at least
Is that still a thing?
6. That's
Or
still
is
a
it not a
thing.
competition?
It is a competition still. It's still a thing. I think it took some years off during COVID, but it's because
Yeah.
this guy Roger Lazola won, I think, recently.
Huh.
I that must have been 6 years ago, 7 years ago, maybe
Okay.
6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I just worked with Orlando Leba, and we were talking, and I knew we knew each other from like, you never know where you know somebody from. And then it like
Yeah.
came out he was there the same year I was did the Big Sky competition. So I think
Oh,
he
okay.
came in like to probably beat me. I've never
Did you
won.
ever do did you ever do Laughing Skull?
Yeah, couple times. I did it. I got to the top 5 when it was a competition. Then I did it again when it was no longer a competition.
Oh, okay.
Do you ever do a comedy
Yeah.
festival? This has happened to me, and I can't remember the one where it really hit me. Oh, I know where it was. Asheville. Asheville?
Uh-huh.
Asheville. Sometimes you do a comedy festival, and when you're young, they're great. Like when you're 4 years in, just do any festival, I'd say.
Yeah.
That'll take you. Because it's just a good
Yeah.
experience. You're gonna network with comics, you're gonna stay up
Yep.
late, have fun. But then you gotta be careful going back to the same one later. Like I remember
Oh,
going
why you
back.
say that?
Well, I so then like I probably took like waited 3 or 4 years after I did Asheville, and I went back, and I was closer to like 10 years in. And I remember looking around, and it felt like I was going to like a high school kegger, but I was like had just
You were
graduated
too old?
college. Yeah.
Ah,
It was
yeah,
like being
yeah,
back at homecoming, and you're like, all right, let's go to homecoming, and then we'll go party afterward. And then like
yeah.
nobody else your age came, you know.
Huh?
They're like, what are they doing? Oh, they're all working like professional gigs now. They're not going to festivals for free. Oh, cool, 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 cool. Well, you guys want to get fucked
Yeah.
up or what? They're all like joking
They're
about you
not going to
later. Like,
festivals. Yeah.
why is that old guy here? It's sad. So sad. But in comedy, it has
Uh
nothing to do with your literal age. That's the thing. It's not like no one, because there could be
yeah, it's
somebody
how long
there.
you've been in it.
Yeah, there could be someone there like 63 years old, but he's like just started stand up. They all think he's cool. But it's like if you're 29, but you've been doing comedy for 10 years, they're like, Jesus, what a loser. Why is he here?
Weren't you on Conan?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
the
yeah. That kind of shit. I thought after that, you didn't have to do shit like this. Uh,
Yeah, I did Laughing Skull, I think two I think I only did it two times. But it was
mm,
like, it was like either back to back. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm such a different comic or so, different in my career.
right.
So
Yeah, maybe if that's the
I
key,
didn't
is
have
just to
that
like
vibe.
go right back to it. Or you need the festival to grow with you. Like that's how Bridgetown
Hmm.
was. It's funny when it was when they had Bridgetown in Portland, like I first did it when I
That's
was
the
like
big
living
one.
in Seattle, and it wasn't that big of a deal. And then by the time I moved to LA, it became a big deal. And so then like I kept going back, and it was like cooler and cooler every time I did it. Uh so it has to like grow with you.
Yeah.
That's one way.
Does that one still exist?
No. No, that's been
Okay.
gone for a while. They do. I never can keep track of like what the festivals are now in Portland, but they have them.
Uh,
It's just like scattered. There's no like main one, I
yeah.
feel like. Anyway.
Uh, Well, should we get to
Well,
topics?
topic time, baby.
It's topic time on the
It's
Cavalry.
okay. I've got one. Well, you know what?
Let's hear it. Let her rip.
Let's just let it rip, and then you stop me if you've heard
Let her
this.
rip.
Let it rip.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you ever fly in a plane? You ever fly in a plane?
Oh, sure, sure, sure.
And sometimes everyone says, flying's hell, but sometimes everything goes to plan. Take off on time.
Mm-hmm.
They even make up time in the air, and then the pilot gets on, and he doesn't have to make an announcement about, oh, I'm sorry, we're gonna be delayed. Oh, no, he gets to go. He gets to brag a little bit. He gets to peacock. He gets to
Sure,
stick his
sure.
feathers out and go, "Hey, everybody, making pretty good time here. Looks like we're gonna get to Houston about 20 to 25 minutes early. How about that? Love to get you guys where you need to go early. So sit back, relax. We'll be landing soon, and welcome to Houston, right?"
Yeah.
So he gets to brag every time they brag about being early. You sit on the goddamn tarmac for those 25 minutes, if not longer,
Yep.
waiting for your gate. Because guess what? Dumb shit. There's a plane in the where we're supposed to go because they think they're not going to be here for 25 minutes. They got a whole schedule going. So there is no
Yeah.
point in bragging about being early. You look stupid. And then you have to go, well, we're going to have to sit here for a while. And by the way, stay in your seats with your seatbelt on because you're not allowed to. So it's actually worse than being in the air because at least in the air, I could get up and go to the bathroom. But now we're on like an active taxiway. So it's like more dangerous somehow.
Yeah.
So what I need backup on is don't ever brag about being early. Just be humble and shut up and just cross your fingers. And then if you are actually early by the time we're up and walking off the plane, then you can give a little bit of, pat yourself on the back, I guess.
Yeah, that's what they should do. They should wait until people are filing out and he can
Yeah.
stand there. He just stand there with his wiener hanging out. And like, if you want, you can like pet it as a thank you for getting
Yes.
there
You can
early,
all
but
stroke me
not,
off,
yeah, but not
but not
if we're still on
before.
the runway.
You know what else?
Yeah.
You know what else I notice they do now? They'll bring the cleaners of the plane on as you're getting off, but then they'll scatter into the rows. So they'll like come on, they'll clean a row, and then there's always like a little bit of a delay between people
Yeah.
like getting up, grabbing their overhead, and moving. And then they'll try to move up a row quick and clean that row and like never quite
Yeah.
be in the way, but they're like always kind of in the way. It's like, could you just wait? Like,
Yeah.
is
They're
that
slowing it down. There's no denying they're slowing it down.
they're slowing it down? And it's like, I don't know if this is any more efficient than if you just waited till everybody got off and then came out and cleaned the plane.
Yeah.
That's a twofer.
Yeah, and they never apologize. They always brag when they're early, but they never apologize when they're late.
Right.
They'll like
Oh, it's
tell
not
you
our
about it.
fault. Hey,
They
I
don't put
got you here
themselves
early,
out there.
but then there's a plane in the gate, which by the way happens to be the same
Yeah.
company that I work for, but you know,
Right. Yeah.
I can't take responsibility for that.
Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah. Stupid.
As an avid traveler, of course, I'm going to back you up on that
Yeah, back me up
for
on that.
sure.
For sure. Okay.
For sure.
What do you
I'll
need
back
back
you
up
up.
on, Johnny?
All right. So mine is this. I'm sure this has even been talked about before, but that I was reading an article about how all the stations are writing a letter to the candidates to try to get them to agree to do a debate because there's like
Yes.
talks of like, oh well, Biden's being advised not to because Trump has destroyed the sanctity and tradition of a civil
Yeah.
debate. Okay, since we have introduced this celebrity factor to our U.S. history and running the country, we need to update the how we run debates. And there's people that do it on Twitter, there's people that do it after the fact, but we need to have a on camera. Okay, pause. We're going to fact check that. Like, why have we not done that where they fact check in real time and they pause the thing and wait?
Yes.
Okay, there's a red light or a ding, check mark, a green light, a red light. Like, okay, what he said, what that statistic he said is true. We can continue,
Yeah. Like an
right?
instant replay in like the NFL.
Yeah,
You know, they just go, okay, we're gonna go to the replay and we're gonna go to the Wikipedia, we'll go to the fact checkers, like you said, and then, I
yeah,
think, well, there's obviously the reason why they don't do that is because they wouldn't agree to, or like Trump especially would not agree to it. He was just like, well, I'm not doing that. But then they're so
Isn't that a bit of a red flag?
well, yeah, but no, but they would rather have the debate for the ratings than like go, well, if you don't agree to it, then we're not going to do it at all, you know? So that's why but you're
That's why.
right. When you were growing up, didn't you just think like, oh, they have to, like, that's like the rules. Like, you just have to debate the guy. You can't like not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I
Wouldn't have
mean,
you
until
thought
I
there
read
was
this
like in the,
article today,
yeah, that
I
was
thought
like
that
in
was
the Constitution or something. You know what?
part of the job.
Fuck those framers. It's the framers' fault. Everyone talks about the founding fathers, how great they are. They should have seen this coming and they should have said, you got to debate and here are the rules, you know? And they should have
Yeah.
had to
We're going to have a
stuck
red
to
light,
that
green light system.
red light, green light, check the facts, and they can cut off your microphone. It's got to be like a comedy competition. You got to be able to cut people's mics.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only way to Trump
Yeah.
because he'll talk over him. So you got to be able to cut his mic.
Yeah. Which they did last time, right? And
I
that's what he
can't
got all
remember.
pissed about. But that's the thing. Like,
I can't
so here's the
watch.
thing. So Trump was, oh,
I get too
it,
nervous.
it, it infuriates me, but it's such a event. You have
Well,
to, or
it's
else it's
even
like
more of
missing
an
the Super
event.
Bowl.
It is a Super Bowl now because you realize it used to be you would have these sort of crossfire television moments all the time, like on the more liberal networks, they would bring on the Republican guy and then they would yell at each
Yeah.
other, you know, or
Yeah.
even on like Meet the Press or Fox News even. Remember it used to be like Hannity and Combs.
Sure.
There's like one liberal, one, and then nobody does that anymore. Now it's just like you may have like even on NBC they'll have like a conservative, but it's like a Trump hating conservative. They can't have like a full blown Trump
Yeah.
guy. And then it's the same thing on Fox News. Like there's no way they could have like an actual liberal person. Like it maybe they're like Trump, like a little more
Yeah.
cautious about Trump, but that's like as liberal as it would get. So you don't see it anymore. You don't see like two people from such opposite sides of the spectrum actually debating. Now, unfortunately, like in this contest, there's not going to be no like thoughtful back and forth
Right.
between Trump and Biden. Like no one's going to learn anything in a Trump and Biden debate,
No,
right?
it's like this is like the
It's
yeah, this is like
purely like
Tyson and other guy.
who can yell at each other the loudest.
It's yeah, it's the event. You just want to
Yeah.
be able to
I can't
say,
watch.
"Oh, did you see when he said that?"
Yeah. But I feel like it's
But
gonna
that's my like
happen
that's
because it's too close. Like the election's gonna be too close, and so both sides will go. I feel like if I'm the one, like I gotta do it to like
yeah.
win, you know?
But that's so as it is now, so Trump's saying, "Oh, I'll do it anytime, anywhere," and Biden's team is like, "This guy's a loose cannon. Just don't
Right.
get mixed up in it. Don't, they're advising him not to do it." But if Biden were to pull that same strategy and say, "Okay, I'll tell you what, I will debate you, and let's, I believe, I'm comfortable with doing it where they have the red light, green light. They fact check everything we say."
Yeah.
And
But then
then that's when
here's the
Trump goes, "Oh, I'm
response.
not going to do that."
Here's the response. Who are the fact checkers? You're gonna just
Yeah, it's true.
have these liberal people who believe that the Earth is round and that the climate change is real and all this stuff. You're not gonna have my fact checkers.
You'd
So
have two fact checkers, one from
right,
each side, and then those fact checkers would just scream at each
yeah,
other
and then
the
they
whole
would
debate.
scream at each other. Yeah, it's we're in this world of divergent truth, So like, no, that's like the
Right.
whole Trump thing. It's like post truth. So there's no
Yeah.
like reasoning with them. I think that's probably if you're making
Yeah.
an argument why you shouldn't debate him, that would be it. Because it's just like, well, how do you debate someone who doesn't live in the same reality as the rest of us?
Yeah.
But I think like it will happen because it's just like they don't want to, especially Biden, the biggest knock against him is like his age. And so if you go, oh, he's a
Uh,
scared old man who won't debate Trump, it looks bad. So I think they got to do it once, and he's just got to go, I'm just going to fucking yell at him, you know? Just like yell at the way I
yeah.
would, or I'd just be like, shh. Even if he just dropped an F bomb, it would be so great. Just be like, shh. Because like that was the best. The only thing I remember about the debates from the last time when he was like, "Man, will you shut up?" I
I
remember him saying
remember.
that. That was like the best part. It wasn't like some
Yeah, that's the best
fact.
part for you and I, but his team was like, "Oh,
No,
that's
I
gonna
think that won
pair
him the
badly.
election.
Don't do it. Don't lose your
No, that won him
cool."
the election. He should step it up. He should be like, "Shut the fuck up, you stupid motherfucker," and it would be the greatest thing. I think everybody would go, "Finally."
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
We'll see. But I think I would bet on it happening just because somebody's gonna go, we need it, And if when it's
Yeah,
close, they
it's
might
too
both
close.
think they need
Yeah,
it. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
It's just
All
crazy
right,
that it's
all right.
close.
I know. So you back me up.
I back you up. They should have fact checkers, you know.
Yeah, but
But
yeah, I guess I didn't think the issue
but
of
that's the problem is
who
that
would the fact.
I would take your thing further and go, let's make it so because the whole thing is like they have to agree to a debate. Let's make it so they don't have to agree. Like if you want to be president, you got to debate and under these rules.
Mm-hmm.
They should do that.
Yes.
And it should be on like
Yeah.
NPR or something. But see, like then they've
Yeah.
politicized everything because
Yes.
like even NPR, they go, well, that's the liberal one. So I don't know. What is the like agnostic channel? It should be on the
But I
Discovery
mean, like,
Channel. It should be on
sure.
it should be on HGTV. And I don't know. What's
But
the
even if you say
least
like, oh, who are these fact checkers? Let's say they show, okay, they have to find a clip of like, oh, I said this, and they're like, you never said that, you said this, or I didn't say that. So the fact checker has to pull up the video and be like, here's you
yeah.
saying it. How are you going to deny that? Right? You got a
I
whole
don't know,
team of
man.
people just looking for the footage.
I don't know. Yeah, you would have
Yeah.
these huge gaps. You just have to like hit pause. Like, all right, we're gonna look this one up. And then it would like take a minute.
Yeah, but it's not some guy looking on Google. It's like fucking people that are like, they know how
They
to
they
get this
do
shit.
that.
They have
They
everything at
You
their
ever watch
fingertips.
like sometimes they do that on those news magazine shows, where they're like interviewing somebody and they know they're gonna deny something and they have the clip ready and then
Yeah.
they go, oh, well, you know what? You did say that. Actually, we have the clip. Let's play it right there. And the other person they're talking to, like, all right, fine. Just don't play the clip. Fine, 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 fine. Like, but then it's too late. That's what I'd be like, oh, yeah, you don't have to play the clip. Okay. I was just trying to deny it because that's what we do. Okay,
Yeah.
fine, fine. Yes, I said it, but, you know,
Ugh. Yeah.
but man, it's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's
I don't
coming.
know if people really
Ugh.
have it like on, I don't know if like I'm definitely locked in. I'm locked in. I got I told you I put our,
Oh, you already know? You already know who you're voting for?
yeah, I've done the research.
Huh? I'm going to change my topic. This is my new topic. I feel like we live in a world where it always feels like the election's right around the corner. What if we just there's no fucking talk, there's no air, there's no discussing it until fucking 2 months before. You can't you can't
Yeah,
debate. They can't be on the news. I don't want to hear any fucking shit about it. Just let me live my
yeah.
life until the fucking,
It is
September before
weird.
the election.
I think that's the part people can't quite believe because it's like when Trump lost and then like the January 6th stuff happened. I think everybody sort of had this moment after that where you're like, God, that wasn't that crazy that Trump was president and then he tried to like overthrow the government and all these guys stormed the Capitol and Jesus, and he's still like out there ranting. That's so sad, you know. But then in your head, that was like that was it. That's the ending. That's how it ends. He's clearly done. I mean, that's whatever he's gonna do now. He's not. Those days are over. And so the fact that he's like, better than even
He's done
favorite
what?
to
He's been
become.
in the news nonstop.
I know it's crazy. I think that's why people are having a hard time with it. Like
Yeah.
believing yeah, I just think like when you really like ask people, they still like can't quite believe like it's gonna be Trump versus Biden again. Like they still think like
Yeah.
surely someone else is going to come win, you know?
Yeah.
No.
Ugh.
Just gotta we all gotta rally behind the
Yep.
82-year-old guy.
Yep. Yep.
It'll be great.
It'll be great.
I'll put my sign out. We're recycling our old Biden sign.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just taking a Sharpie to the ear.
There's no year. Thank God. They're smart. There's no year on it.
Yeah.
So we put it out. So don't worry, Portland, Oregon, we got it on lock, Mr. Biden,
Yeah.
Mr. President. We
Yeah.
got this one for you.
Yeah. We've got, and the Beaner House has Madison covered.
Yeah. No, I mean Wisconsin though.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is like
It's an
the
important one.
fucking it's like the important one. You probably Michigan more even more, but like maybe second closest to being like the closest state, you know? Because like if
Yeah.
Biden doesn't win Wisconsin, he's gonna
Yeah.
lose the election like 1,000%. Like I don't think he can. There's like a very narrow path, but like he probably will lose if he loses Wisconsin. So it like literally hinges on you.
I don't understand how that works.
Well, so like in a world, think of it this way: Wisconsin is such a they call them like tipping point states, right? But like
Sure.
in a national environment where Trump wins in Wisconsin, he's also probably going to win in any of the other states that are even sort of close. So like
Oh, I see.
Nevada, Arizona, Georgia, those the
So it's
world where
not like Wisconsin alone. It's just that Wisconsin
no,
is
it's
kind
just
of
like yeah, it's just kind of a
a signal
bellwether.
of what the other ones are going to do as well.
Right. So like
Yeah.
the odds of Biden winning Wisconsin but losing or losing Wisconsin but winning Georgia, like to me, probably pretty low. So
I see.
and he can win. All he has to do is win Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. That's it. And then he'll win all the other ones that he has to, and he'll be that's enough for 270. So
Okay.
like forget Arizona, Georgia, those are great, but like to me in my head, I'm like, that's it right there, that little stretch where all your
Okay.
gigs
I'm
are.
going to start texting my friends.
It's just Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Okay.
That's it. And
All
then you don't
right.
have to worry about it anymore.
Sweet. Well, should
You
we
got to
talk
figure it
about
out.
dates?
Let's talk some date. You know what I'm gonna? Well, wait. When is this coming out? No, I got one more week to plug Omaha, Kansas
Yeah, this will
City,
come out what, the 15th?
yeah, Lincoln,
Lincoln and Wichita.
Wichita. April,
Yes.
yeah, this weekend that you're listening to this. So, um,
Oh yeah, so this is your last. Yeah,
my
this is
last
the last time
chance.
you plug it.
Please, please, please buy tickets. A lot of people, have responded. A lot of people have, a lot of chatter, a lot of clicks, but we got to actually
They're
buy the
not. They're not putting their
tickets.
money where the
You
their
gotta
mouth
buy the
is.
tickets or it doesn't count. Don't make me sweat it while I'm on the plane. Just
Yeah.
let me go knowing I'm gonna have a nice crowd. So do that or tell your friends.
All right, and I'll be local, Delafield, Wisconsin, on this Saturday, the 20th, at the Legion Legion. Oh no, at the Delafield Legion post, and then this Wednesday, is the one that I'm opening in Madison. If you want to come to the competition, and then the 26th, I'm at St. Nazianz, Wisconsin, at the Meats Opera House. Fun.
Love it. I love it. All right, man. That's it. Thank you, everybody, for listening to
The Cavalry.